Hello everybody, welcome to the severe weather and winter weather and tropical weather update for October the 3rd, 2013. We're looking at a very potent system that will start tomorrow and last through the weekend. We're expecting a severe weather outbreak in Iowa and Minnesota, a winter weather event, a big early season blizzard in the northern plains and intermountain west, and we're expecting a hurricane or tropical storm to landfall along the Gulf Coast, producing isolated tornadoes, winds from 30 to 70 miles per hour, and storm surge across much of the southeast, but especially the Gulf Coast. Let's go more into detail for each of these threats. We're going to start with the severe weather part. So let's see what's going on now. So right now, we've got a slight risk in effect for portions of eastern Nebraska and western Iowa. Although there's not much going on right now, this will really ramp up tomorrow. So we're gonna go straight to the outlook for tomorrow. So, tomorrow, we could be seeing extremely large hail, destructive winds, and some scattered tornadoes. Perhaps could be a few violent tornadoes tomorrow across the moderate risk area. The last time we had a moderate risk was in June, and tomorrow looks like a huge fall outbreak. So let's look. So we've got southern Minnesota and northern and central Iowa in a moderate risk tomorrow. These are the areas where we're expecting the chance for strong tornadoes and destructive hail to exist. Even in the slight risk region that extends down into Oklahoma, you could still be seeing some hail, some wind, and perhaps an isolated tornado. But the moderate risk area is where you really need to be aware. Also down in Louisiana, Tropical Storm Karen will already be causing some chance of some downbursts here with maybe an isolated tornado. So here is the probabilistic view of all of this. Now, we got a 45% hatched region here of the moderate risk area, and that is where the highest threat is again. But in the 30%, and especially the hatched 30%, you still could see a very big threat. And even in the 15%, you still need to be aware. Now, we're gonna look at the cities here and see what cities are in these areas. So we got Des Moines that is just outside of the moderate risk area. We've got Sioux Falls, which is also just outside of the moderate risk area, and we got Omaha and La Crosse in the 30% hatched area. There is no big city right in the middle of the moderate risk area, but there's numerous smaller towns like Fort Dodge and Spencer and Carroll, and there's a lot of other towns. I can't name them all, Mason City, but there's a lot of towns in the moderate risk area that really need to stay aware about tomorrow. We're just gonna take a really quick look into day 3 here. It's still gonna be a threat, although way not as big. But we're still seeing severe weather on Saturday here, day 3 for the Midwest. Again, Chicago, Milwaukee, St. Louis. So this could be a slight risk, maybe a 30%, but way not as big as tomorrow. And also, I'm thinking there could be a slight risk here along the Gulf Coast by then. But especially on Sunday, there'll be lots of stuff. But already on Saturday, could be probably a landfall here. Now, we're gonna go to Twister data here, and we're gonna look at the Cape. So I'm gonna go to 24 hours. Oh, okay, well, let's go to 18 hours. Let's start up with that. 21. See here how the Cape slowly grows, like by this graphic. And see, we've got these huge areas of Cape by hour 27, which will be in the late afternoon. We got 2,000 joules per kilogram here in Iowa, and further on, this still continues as 2,500 joules per kilogram in western Iowa. So this could be a big line here, all the way down to Oklahoma. And look where Karen will be. There will be like 4,000 joules per kilogram. That's pretty intense. Now here's the lifted index here, and see the lifted index will be minus 10. Well, minus 9, minus 8 or 9, minus 8 to 10. Let's put it that way. And this is gonna be, this is a pretty significant lifted index. See here, minus 9, and there could be some 30% extended in Oklahoma, in my opinion. So this could be a big event here we're looking at. Now, in terms of shear, we're gonna quickly take a look. Now we got lots of shear. We got lots of shear here, and we got, as you see, this low here, and we got this line, this jet stream winds going right through here. We got shear over here, so this is gonna be a lot of shear. And see, even at 850 millibars, it's still got shear down here and down here. So, now since I've finished with the part about severe weather, while I'm looking at this graphic, I want to tell you that winter weather, there will be lots of wind. As you see by this graphic, there will be a blizzard in South Dakota, and we're gonna look in more details here at what we'll be seeing. So winter weather. So the probabilities of snowfall more than 1 inch for days 1 to 3. Now, see here, we have a lot of probabilities here. Like 95%. Gonna look at accumulations here, and we've got like near Rapid City in the Black Hills. We'll be having, let's see, purple 24, 27. 30. We could be seeing up to 30 inches of snow near Rapid City and 2 feet of snow in Wyoming. So this will be a huge snowstorm, and this will continue throughout the day on Saturday, and then move into central South Dakota and continue on into Sunday still. Of course, the rapid is gradually weakening, but still continuing all the way through Sunday, through Sunday afternoon. So this will be a lot of snow. And let's take a look quickly at freezing rain, and let's see if there will be any freezing rain. Nope, no freezing rain expected. Now, about the tropical part, we're gonna look at, okay, one more thing. I want to show you the warnings currently, and that's how I'm gonna transition to the tropical part. So look at this. We got some winter storm warnings all over the West. I'm gonna outline this. So all these purple colors here, that's winter storm warnings. So this is a large area of winter storm warnings. The blues are winter storm advisories, winter weather advisories. And look here, we got a few blizzard warnings up here near Rapid City, and this is a blizzard watch down here. So we could be seeing blizzards in certain regions here in the Black Hills and here in northeast Colorado. I think this is a blizzard watch, right? Oh no, sorry, it's a high wind warning. So only this is a blizzard watch down here in South Dakota. Yeah, this is a blizzard warning. So for Rapid City, and for Spearfish and Sturgis and Deadwood and Belfort and Wall, Hermosa, Faith, Pine Ridge, we got all these blizzard warnings along the I-90 corridor in western South Dakota, and also along the Black Hills. Now, we're gonna go to the warnings down here, and here's a different story. We got a so we've got a hurricane watch in effect here. This is for western Florida Panhandle, southwest Alabama, and southeast Mississippi. We got Pensacola and Mobile and Gulfport in these regions. And we got a tropical storm warning down here in effect for a few portions of southeastern Louisiana. Here, this is a tropical storm warning here, and the tropical storm watch here further inland into the Louisiana. Now, we're gonna go to the National Hurricane Center. You don't need to worry about Jerry; it's already pretty much died out. We're looking at Karen here, and this is pretty big here. So we got this. This is a pretty big system here. It's located now between Cuba and the Yucatan Peninsula, but the center of the circulation is really right here. And it's gonna remain a tropical storm for a time, but it's gonna become a hurricane over here. Here, in the central Gulf of Mexico, and then it's gonna become back into a tropical storm as it heads towards the coast, and I think it might be a hurricane as landfall, but most likely it will be a high tropical storm like 70-mile-per-hour winds. And in my opinion, the landfall will be near Gulfport, Mississippi, and I'm just a tiny bit west of this track in my opinion. Here's what I'm thinking will happen in terms of the track. I think it will track up like this. Here, that's what I'm thinking. Through central Alabama, just a bit west of their track, and it's gonna hit later after the landfall. It's gonna pass through Alabama and Georgia, and then it's gonna go into the east of the Appalachians, according to them, into the Carolinas. Although it's gonna be on a tropical depression by that time. Now, here are the maximum wind speed probabilities, and we're gonna have from 70 miles per hour, 75 miles per hour, landfall at 70 miles per hour, but then really weakening very quickly. U.S. rainfall potential is like this, but I'm gonna have you show a map where it will be better. Now, here are the probabilities of storm surge, and the highest probabilities are near Gulfport, but not a huge probability though. Storm surge exceedance, and we're gonna take a look here. Now, this means that the storm surge will be higher than needed. It's a very low chance because this will not be that strong storm. Tropical storm wind speed probabilities like this remain possible into the southeast. 50 knot wind speed probabilities only remain possible near the coast, and hurricane wind speed probabilities do go up to Louisiana. Now, last thing I'm going to show you, the expected rainfall totals, which will happen. And here, let's take a look. Days 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm gonna put days 1 to 3 and days 4 to 5. Well, actually, I'm gonna put 5 day totals here. 5 day totals. Here's what we got for 5 day totals. I'm gonna be staying on near 8 inches near the Florida Panhandle, and then into the Carolinas could be seeing 3 inches. And in the 7-day outlook, it's pretty similar. For the Northeast, you will be saying 1 to 2 inch amounts across the whole Northeast. Well, that's about it, and this will do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. So that will just about do it for the video. So stay tuned for more updates regarding this huge system. Thank you very much. Have a good night, everybody.